Francisco 49ers. Robbie Gould's got it on the tee. He kicks it off, and here we go from Levi's Stadium. Amari Rodgers to return it from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he powers his way up past the 30. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Jones. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
They'll run for it with Dillon. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now Rodgers. Been able to find Allen Lazard. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 44, Rodgers, pass complete. He's got Lazard on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone, first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Robert Tonyan, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Packers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Lance now on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st down, Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, 49ers. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. Oh, this is blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. And after all that, he's going to wind up in the end zone. And incredibly, that's a 2-point conversion. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And it's a Packers touchdown. Allen Lazard, 74 yards. And the Packers are able to move back in front. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes this a 14-8 ball game.
49ers 8. Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Watch it. 6. 1 ready.
Here's Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That gain on third down, good for 28.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
Brought down that time by Quay Walker.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Rolling to his right, and that'll be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Throwing now is Lance. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
He'd been having a good day so far, but I think he got a little overzealous on that one. Still young in this league. Has to learn to try not to do too much on an individual play because, as we all know, sometimes less is more. And throwing away is preferable to making the big mistake.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
From the 36, Rodgers.
He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On the delay, Jones.
46 yards on the ground for him so far.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. To throw is Rodgers. This will be caught inside the 10.
And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown.
Aaron Jones
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Crosby with the extra point, and that makes it 21-8.
The score, Packers 21, 49ers 8. Mason Crosby to kick off for
Now
Green
after the
Bay.
touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal.
And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
He sets up the screen to Jones. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line.
The Niners take over first down at their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
From midfield, here's Lance.
Gets this one to Juszczyk.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he's able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Ready, set.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Lance.
Now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd.
Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a two-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Hit and dropped behind the line by Dre Greenlaw.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Dillon up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Rodgers now on 1st down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory.
And as we break it down on next-gen stats, that entire play wound up taking just 2.4 seconds beginning to end, so they were on him in a hurry.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Throwing is Rodgers.
That's complete to Doubs.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Dillon now on 1st and 10.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
On 2nd down, Dillon.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown.